and let's go. Yes. Thank you guys for watching another video. My name is Eric. If it's the first time you're watching these videos or you're visiting my channel, welcome. I normally bring different topics for us to ramble, to talk about, as if you were, let's say, drinking a beer with your friends or having some time or having a phone call with a friend. Well, people are not into phone calling so much, but well, let's say like a video calling, whatever. Or well, maybe if you need a voice to, let's say, to go, let's say, with you to the gym, or to, let's say, to be with you while you're having a walk in the park. So this is the place, guys. And well, these are the videos to watch or to listen to. Well, people, so I would like to get started, guys, by talking about that really interesting topic, which is I'm very frustrated in a way because uh, sometimes, guys, you get into battles that you're not supposed to get into, So, well, today we will be talking about how to choose our fights. And I consider, guys, that this is a very problematic situation for us nowadays because um, we tend to defend different, let's say, perspectives and so on. And I consider, guys, that having your position is very important, on different matters, on politics, religion, philosophy of life, well, you name it. But the thing is that sometimes maybe because we're passionate about a topic, or maybe we consider that our point is the one that really deserves everyone's attention, we lose it. We lose it. And I would like to tell you something funny, guys, about my own journey. And I used to be this kind of person who, let's say, who had arguments on Instagram saying like, well, this is well. Of course, guys, I always try to be polite, but well, of course, there were some moments that I just lost it. And I started offending people. People offended me, and I said, well, so this is the argument that I'm going to use. To show you that you are wrong and etc. But I think, guys, firstly, you don't know the person who is on the other side of the screen. Second of all, you waste a lot of time, guys, and I was having a conversation with my sister a couple of minutes before the recording of the video, and it's true. Like sometimes when you start, let's say, getting into conflicts and whatever that are not your responsibility, you waste a lot of time, and then you feel like, I shouldn't have said that because you start, you start having some let's say disagreements. Then you don't want to talk to your friends or family members because of something ridiculous such as politics or religion. Well, I don't mean that religion per se is ridiculous, but I think like the conversation about religion is complicated, about politics as well. So yeah, actually the best way to approach these kind of situations is to see whether or not it is it is worth fighting the fight. So just to take that as a parameter. Also, guys, my sister came up with a quote that made somehow some sense, and I would like guys to know what you think about it because I think it's a good approach, which is sometimes, guys, when we try to solve all the problems of, let's say, different people. Well, it doesn't mean I understood her point. She didn't say that like not to be empathetic when people are, let's say, having difficulties with money and etc. But sometimes even if you want to help a person and so on, so you need to see whether or not the person wants to be helped, especially with different situations. Well, I'm talking about, guys, for example, helping people next to you. I'm not talking about, let's say, countries, let's say, which are, let's say, having economic problems, or no, I'm talking about something more, let's say, something closer to our reality. A friend of ours who's not eager to, let's say to continue with his or her studies, or maybe they are in debt and so on. So yeah, maybe to identify whether or not that person wants to be helped, you know. And I don't like what my sister said, because sometimes you think too much about helping others, but are they thinking about you, or are they really into helping you? On occasion, do you have any sort of problem? I really like what she said. So that was a really good point, and I'm going to keep that in mind. Um, well, also, guys, I don't know what you think about it, but social media nowadays, and I've been trying, guys, to be a better person. Like trying to be more into, yeah, into listening to different perspectives and so on, and being respectful and etc. But I consider, guys, that social media is always triggering us. I mean, with fake news, or let's say with some pieces of news that are provocative. I mean, you start or thought, well, actually provocative. I mean, like you see, for example, let's say some headlines on Instagram and so on of, let's say, different media vehicles, and they normally are like, well, this politician said that these countries, whatever, or this person, or let's say this public figure said that this, and so on. So then you start thinking like, well, am I ready? For example, sometimes you need to consider whether or not you are emotionally, let's say, able to be part of a discussion or an argument on social media. And as I said before, the people who are on the other side of the screen, and so we tend to be very passionate to show that we're right. Well, guys, actually, this is going to be like a very short rumble. By the way, thank you so much for coming. And I consider that, I mean, to summarize in a way, I consider that it is quite interesting, I mean, to choose our battles in a really good way. I mean, like, to really take our time to be deliberate, and not to get into every conflict we have in front of our eyes. And well, so maybe this time we can use it, I mean, to, by the way, guys, this is a way that I'm channeling this willingness of showing that I'm right somehow, or that I have a really good point, which is, I mean, by writing and so on. And sometimes this is the best way. I mean, you just need to come up with one idea, you just need to develop it, and that's amazing. Then you can avoid a lot of conflict, wasting people's time, wasting your own time. And well, perhaps you can come up with something creative in the interim. Guys, that was it for today. So today I'm wearing the away jersey of the Brazilian team for the World Cup 2026. Beautiful one, really lovely. It has been polemic because it was supposed to be red, and well, so, by the way, talking about polemics, some people really like it, some people really hate it, but I particularly like it, especially because Michael Jordan is the figure, let's say, who is supposed to be in a football jersey. Well, so many people question themselves whether or not Michael Jordan was, or made sense, in order to be part of the Brazilian national team's jersey. But I consider that, yeah, of course, I mean, Michael Jordan was a total winner, the Brazilian team as well. So I definitely see the connection. Of course, that's a polemic topic, and well, so maybe you can write in the comments whether or not you like it. But I particularly love it. It's a very, very beautiful jersey, and I could wear it every single day. But well, so I need to wear it responsibly. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying these rambles. Thank you for your support. And well, see you next time with another video, and perhaps with another jersey. Let's see.